Hi there, breeding box for Prosopocoilus stag beetles. Today I want to show you how I do it. I have different species. I have Austerti, I have Giroffa, I have Dalmani. So mainly you can make for all of these species the same setting in the box, and I do it with a 22-liter box like this. You can easily get this in a big furniture store in Europe. It is a good size, it's not too heavy to carry around. You can have different kind of lids for it, like this one. You can put another one on top, or you can close it with a normal lid like this. So that's easy to combine, and of course the kind of containers you have, that's also easy to store them if you have a lot of larvae, for example, that you want to keep in the same place, so you can store them one on the other. So that's the normal standard container for me. Material, what we need. It depends a little bit what you have, but I mean, number one thing would be white rotten wood, like this one from oak that I have soaked in the water tank for 3 days, so that they sucked up a lot of water before they were dried. And somewhere in my room, probably you can see up there, there is a compartment where I keep the dried white rotten wood pieces. And of course I use the more beautiful and more valuable pieces of wood for the rarer species, especially for my Austerti from the Solomon Islands. I give them the best possible pieces of log that I have. And you remove the bark of this white rotten wood piece of oak with the mycelium of shiitake, because the bark contains a lot of things that are meant to keep away bacteria, mushrooms, spores, keep away also insects that want to bite into the wood. So this is a shield, a protection shield, the bark, also against insects, so they don't like it very much. So it's better to remove them. So the females, they have it very easy to gnaw into the material. You see, if I go there also with the hand, you can easily pick out the material from this oak tree, and it also smells a little bit like mushroom. So that's the ideal thing to motivate a female to lay their eggs into this piece of log. And also, if it's really very soft like this one, it's easy to retrieve the larvae later when they are bigger. So that would be the ideal piece of wood. I know it's not everybody that has this piece of wood. You can hardly buy it in Europe, because mostly they are imported from Japan, these konuki wood pieces with shiitake mycelium. But if you like, you can go and see about how you can make these white rotten wood pieces yourself. In my channel are some videos about this also in English. And of course, if you have the bigger pieces like this one, you will see that there is a hardwood here that's very hard, and it can last for decades till the mushroom gets the possibility to eat into this kind of substrate. And also for the larvae, it's not easy to gnaw into that material. And if you have a wood piece from oak like this one, you hear the sound of it. This is really hard wood. So you see the traces that the larvae is made very slowly into the material. So that can even last years if you have these pieces in a box with substrate till they can finish up the whole wood. And of course you see here this mycelium of the mushroom coming out. So if you can take a piece of wood that is through and through soft, so that would be easier to retrieve the larvae later. Of course, it's don't have to be oak, beautiful oak like this. Could be also beech like this one. You also see that you can take it apart with your fingers. That's a sign that that's ideal for oviposition of Prosopocoilus beetles. Also, the material looks the same like the one from oak, and is an ideal piece. So this one was made with Pleurotus pulmonaris, an oyster mushroom, and I cultivated mushrooms on this piece of beech wood in the garden, and after about 3 to 4 years it's in this stage of decomposition that's ideal for breeding beetles. But if I can, I go back to the best material I have for the rarer species. So this one I would need for Hosterti Moinieri, and the other one I would test also for Giraffa or Dolmani and other species that are not so rare, and that I'm not so afraid to lose my breeding. Because if I lose Hosterti Moinieri, there are not a lot of people in Europe that has this species, and I want to reproduce my beetles from own captive breeding, so that I don't have to go back always to nature to import wild caught animals. That's not the idea. So now, what else can we do? What you can try is also, if you have, to present the females a kimchi bottle, where you can go in from one side or here from the other side, and can dig a tunnel through the hole of this material that is soft enough to go through very quickly, and that is nothing else but artificial white rotten wood. If you want, you can also make a little window on the side of the bottle, so that a female can also go in through this window. And that's about the material that we need. And first, if I have a box like this, I'm preparing the bottom of the box. So that's the material. You can use a compost garden soil for this thing. Just fill about 5 centimeters of it. On the bottom you can press this very hard to give the beetles the idea that this is not the bedrock, but it's the bottom of that soil. Also, it can be pretty wet for stag beetles. It shouldn't be too dry for them. And then you put your wood pieces into the substrate like this. Also, if you want, of course, you can put one piece like this into the substrate, so the female, she feels that it's a good place to lay eggs, so she's motivated to lay her eggs into this substrate. And then you have to choose whether you want to cover it with this kind of thing, or you would like to build a terrarium around. So, but I suggest that you should fill up now the whole box with a substrate that you can also recycle from other breeding boxes, for example, from used up substrate of the breeding of rose chevers or whatever, because this has the material that they eat, the larvae. This is the white rotten wood mainly. Probably sometimes they mix the wood pieces that they pick out with the surrounding earth, but mainly what they eat is the white rotten wood component in the box. So, and now fill it up. You see, that's nice. Now on the top is one part of this white rotten beech wood. On the bottom we have an oak wood piece, a beautiful one, and 1 kimchi bottle. So that would be a nice setting to breed Prosopochelus hasterti, moinieri, and also other Prosopochelus species. And don't forget to cover the top, if you have, with pieces of wood. The best is white rotten wood, to give the beetles a chance, if they turn over, to come on back onto their feet again. And also, if they smell this beautiful white rotten wood on the surface, they know that's the right place to dive down and try to find a good place to lay the eggs. Also, what you can do is, of course, put some leaves on the top, or a piece of a bark or whatever. That's also nice for the beetles to motivate them to lay their eggs. I mean, this is the most, for a lot of species, is the most complicated thing, is to bring them to oviposition, because it's not that they are so picky, but they want to be sure that their youngsters have the right material later to eat. So it's sometimes good to give them 3 to 4 different kind of materials, so they can choose what they like most. Thanks for watching.